Irwin Jackson, 1341 Jackson Bluff. Last week, a couple weeks ago, Commissioner Gillum called for civility. Commissioner, the problem is not civility. The problem is that we have a mayor who's repeatedly used his position to fatten his own wallet at the expense of the public. ADE, Honeywell, AT&T, deferred comp, most recently participating in a scheme to violate the election laws. Commissioners, I want to call for more honesty. I call for continued exposure of those politicians who serve themselves at the expense of the public. I want to call for the good and honest men and women of on this city commission to speak out against our mayor's self-serving actions. Your silence allows the public to conclude that you condone or maybe even support this very bad behavior. Last week, Gerald Inslee in the local newspaper called me a grouchy activist. Now, I never perceived myself as an activist. I think I'm kind of an educator who's sharing information to the public. And I certainly disagree with the adjective grouchy. I think a more accurate adjective would be confident, determined, persistent, direct, committed, and some have even said fearless in speaking truth to power. Mr. Inslee did draw the right conclusion, though, in his article when he said, quote, "And that's why activists are important. They keep nagging city government to just do the right thing." And I certainly have done my fair share of nagging recently. Commissioners, I keep nagging you to do the right thing, and I want you to know that Valentine's Day is this Tuesday. I would strongly suggest that you take your spouse out to dinner and a show, and so happens that my wife and I are sponsoring a dinner and a show to raise awareness and funding for dystonia medical research on Tuesday, February 14th at the University Center Club. You see the announcements up there. My son was afflicted with dystonia when he was 15, lost the control of his hands, his legs. After brain surgery, the only option available to him, within 48 hours, he stood up out of his wheelchair, and he hasn't sat down much since then. He now has complete control of his muscles he lost for over a year. Brian wanted to personally invite this commission, city employees, and Gerald Inslee, and the Democratic staff, and members of our community to join us for a great party and a great cause on the 14th. And you can call Jessica at 645-5693. And as you can imagine, in a couple of weeks I'll be back, and we'll be nagging you again to just simply do the right thing, like giving that deferred comp money back.
Excuse me,
we're still waiting.
Expired.
Thank you very much.